Developments in the investigation now. The Arapahoe County Sheriff says they've looked at surveillance video from inside the school, piecing together what happened in that 80 seconds that it took for the shooter to inflict terror, then end his own life. The suspect armed with plenty of ammo and the intent to kill. 7 News reporter Marshall Zellinger live at Arapahoe High. Marshall, the sheriff, telling you he thinks the shooter intended to kill multiple people.
Teresa, that's based on the amount of ammunition and the type of weapons that the shooter brought with him to Arapahoe High School, which tonight remains a crime scene. Just a short time ago, right by that Arapahoe High School sign, I saw some law enforcement on patrol. Yesterday, the sheriff said that the target of the shooting was a teacher, who we've identified as librarian and speech and debate coach Tracy Murphy. Now, this afternoon, the sheriff saying more lives were at risk. When the shooter came to school at 12:33 yesterday, he had a pump-action shotgun, which he legally bought 1 week ago yesterday. He also wore a strap of ammunition that he bought prior to coming to the school yesterday. He fired his gun 5 times, shooting victim Claire Davis at point-blank range. He also had 3 Molotov cocktails, igniting one of them, which set a bookcase on fire. From his entry to the school to killing himself took 80 seconds.
Certainly his motivation to come here yesterday was the upset that he had with the faculty member, and we believe the faculty member was his initial target, but we believe, based on the fact that he was armed with multiple rounds, armed with a machete, and armed with 3 incendiary devices, his intent was evil, and his evil intent was to harm multiple individuals.
You're looking at the south entrance of Arapahoe High School, and we found out from the sheriff that the shooter parked his car on the north side, just on the other side of the building, and entered right near the library. We also found out more about the disagreement between the shooter and the teacher. The sheriff telling us it was over disciplinary action about the speech and debate team from September, and that a verbal threat was made by the shooter and reported to authorities also in September. The sheriff now looking over what was taken in that report and what has happened over the last 3 months. Reporting live from Arapahoe High School, Marshall Zellinger, 7 News.
Right now, investigators are still gathering evidence from yesterday's events and learning more about the student who stormed the school with a shotgun. We continue our live team coverage now with 7 News reporter Tyler Lopez. Tyler, classmates telling you they were shocked to learn who did this.
Absolutely, Teresa, saying this is the last thing they would have expected from him. Universally, he's been described as very intelligent. Students today saying he often talked openly about socialism politically, and that he always had to be right, as one student put it, even about petty things. But we also learned today about that threat. And the question going forward in this case is who knew about the threat and what was done about it. The sheriff also making it clear today that he'll have no part in glamorizing what this teenager did.
I am no longer inclined, nor will I speak his name in public. He is someone who victimized an innocent young lady by an act of evil, and in my opinion, deserves no notoriety and certainly no celebrity.
We did today, though, gain more insight into 18-year-old Carl Pearson, known to a neighbor as a very polite kid, someone who referred to adults as sir and ma'am. Never an instigator or troublemaker, we're told. This man told me he recently tried to sell a car, and the teenager, Carl Pearson, came over to try to buy it. Turns out, though, the price was too high.
And when he left, he wasn't angry or upset. He didn't stomp off. You would have thought him as the all-American young man. In fact, I still do. My heart just stopped for him and for his family.
He also told me today he certainly feels for Carl's younger sister. He said he never knew this family to talk about guns or weapons. He said he himself was a hunter. They never talked about it. He said he never saw NRA stickers on their cars or anything like that, which lines up with what the sheriff told us today, that he believes the teenager bought this weapon 1 week before the incident. Now, while crime scene tape is still up here tonight, we're told the sheriff may release the school back to Littleton Public Schools sometime midday tomorrow. Live in Centennial, Tyler Lopez, 7 News.